Alright y'all, I'm going to try something new tonight. I'm going to boil me some cabbage. The recipe I got called for a couple of tablespoons of butter, a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. So I figured I'd throw some onions and garlic in with that. When I was camping out a few weeks ago on Mother's Day weekend, that guy that was next to us that had a real nice smoker and everything, he fixed cabbage and he told me he had bacon in it and garlic and onions. So I'm going to try to use a little bit of what he did. You know what this recipe is calling for, so go ahead and get my garlic and my onions cut up. I'm not putting in a whole lot. I'm using about a medium head of cabbage. Brenda always teases me because you don't ever use any of the utensils. You cut everything up by hand. Yeah, I'm kind of old school that way. So she has garlic presses and onion choppers. I just kind of cut it up by hand. That's what I prefer. I ain't like them chefs you see on TV. I'd be cutting a finger if I did that. Garlic's jumping everywhere. Like I said, I'm not gonna put a whole lot in, just enough to add a little flavor. Most everything we use onions for, we use sweet onions. Mainly it's because that's the one that I like to eat. So, and I eat about a third of an onion every night. Maybe not quite that much. I heat them up in the microwave, or if I fix them in the smoker. My grandma told me that onions and garlic are good for your blood pressure and your heart. So I just like the flavor of them anyway. So a couple of tablespoons of butter. This is butter right there. Whoop! Jumped right off. And then a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. So while that's going, I'll go ahead and chop up this leftover bacon that I got. It's not a whole lot. Just to add a little bit of flavor. Besides, I mean, can't go wrong with bacon, right? And we're supposed to use chicken broth. I use unsalted. Butter's already starting to melt, so I'll throw these in the pot real quick. Sizzle vision. So I get my cabbage ready. Be careful not to burn no garlic. So I got medium head. Pull off his outer leaf. It said cut it in half and cut it in quarters. Remove the core. Or the stem or whatever, and so cut it in about 1-inch slices. So. I had room on my little cutting board. That leaf's got some brown on it. And about 2 cups of chicken broth. Ain't nothing better than the smell of bacon and garlic and onion cooking in olive oil and butter. I love my garlic and onions. And of course bacon. So I'm gonna go ahead and break the cabbage up, put it in there a little bit. I'm just breaking it up a little bit. Didn't really say to do that in the recipe, but whoops. I don't know if that'd be good for Cooper. Too late, Cooper. We'll get that to a boil and then we'll see. Oh, gotta add some pepper. And it says salt, but I don't really salt my food, so I'm using unsalted butter, and I'm using, well, no, the butter's got a little bit of salt in it. And then I'm using unsalted chicken broth, but I'll just put a little bit of sea salt in there. Not a whole lot. And I think I'm supposed to, I gotta look at my recipe real quick. I think I'm supposed to cover it up and let it simmer for about 15 minutes after it comes to a boil. Good old Google. Yep. Stir, bring to a boil, immediately reduce heat to simmer and cover. Simmer for 12 to 15 minutes or until the cabbage is tender. Do not overcook the cabbage or it'll be slimy. So don't want no slimy cabbage. So as soon as it comes to a boil, I'll cover it up and set my timer for 12 minutes. All right, y'all. So it's actually been about 20 minutes. I had to keep stirring it to get the, since they weren't submerged in liquid. They kind of steamed, I guess, in a little ways. So looks like they're all soft, tender. So let's give it a taste. Not too bad. Could definitely use a little more salt and pepper, but mainly pepper because I love my pepper too. So anyway, y'all give this recipe a try. Share your recipes with us and we'll try them. Y'all take care. God bless. Hey y'all, I was responsible for taking care of Brenda's garden while she's on her bucket list vacation in Hawaii with the kids. So let's take a look how I did for the week while she was gone. She'll be back tomorrow night. Yay! And the good Lord was good to us, granted us about an inch of rain over the weekend, and temperatures have only been in the 70s for the past 3 days, which has been really nice. It's been really nice here in Oklahoma for over the weekend and today also. So let me turn this around and we'll see how I did for the week she was gone. So all her potato plants are looking really, really well. Lavender's looking good. This potato plant's looking good. I think that is rosemary. She's got some blooms coming. This plant has bloomed and bloomed and bloomed. I'm not sure what all these are. This one's fixing to bloom. That one looks pretty good, though she said don't hardly ever die, so about like that catnip. Her giant catnip plant. It's full of bumblebees. Her lemon balm plant, still not sure what those are, but I think the lemon balm is actually shade nose, and that's oregano. We've actually got 2 peppers growing now. There's a big one in there. I think these are black-eyed peas. And our green beans. I picked some green beans. This plant all looks real good. No peppers on that. Our strawberries are not producing strawberries. They're all green. Spinach is coming in. Got blooms on the squash, but summer squash, but they're falling off, so they're not producing, so I'm not sure what's up. And a basil plant and some other flowers. Come back down this way. All this stuff is, she said this is a medicinal plant, and it's actually got 3 or 4 more blooms that have bloomed. For potato plants. This one's a medicinal plant also. I picked a bud off of it. She told me yesterday, the one already dried up. She said, put it in there to dry out. Herbs. Well, these potato plants here, we had some good wind, and I had to put some old arrows in there to hold them straight up. They were all flopped over. This one over here, and it's got flowers on it, and she said it should have some potatoes in there. So we'll wait for her to get home. Like I said, she'll be home tomorrow night. Potato plant, citronella, something else blooming over there. So I think I did a pretty good job. Now this was already brown before she left, so it wasn't my fault. Got some green going on. And her basil is flowered, and she told me to snip them off and throw them away. Don't want it flowered. The rest of her herbs look good. Not sure what's up with, I think this is a giant lavender plant, and she said it should look a lot better than that, but that's the way it's been looking before she left. But I've kept watering it, and there's another flower that's fixing to bud. So then whatever she got here, this is an olive tree, the one in the center. Not sure what we're going to do with it this winter. I guess it's going to be in the house. So, and then her flowers over there. Sorry, I was trying to zoom, and I guess oh, there we go. There's some flowers over there. So, anyway, I think I did pretty good. Hope she'll be happy. So, today's her last full day in Hawaii. And tomorrow they travel. So, I know she's not looking forward to come back to work. None of us really like to go back to work, but I'm glad she was able to go. And I kept her garden alive. Now, the other garden out yonder, it's doing really well, the okra and the green beans. So, anyway, waiting for the feeder to go off so I can see the deer. I saw Limpy yesterday, and her fawn, I saw her fawn for a second. So her fawn came down here with her. I need to go put my camera back up there to get some pictures of it. And but it ran out. By the time I grabbed the camera and came outside, she was already gone. So she wasn't hanging around and waiting for the feeder to go off because her baby was with her. So 30 minutes. She came down here and got some salt. I got a salt block up there. That's what that little white dot is. You know, so we've got hummingbirds flying around and some birds coming to get bird seed and such. Anyway, y'all take care. God bless.